Welcome back to Aqua Scope on Winners TV.
I caught up with Coach Max Todd to have a talk with him about the youth development program at our Subway Corner. Here's what he had to say. Welcome to the Subway Corner. We're here with Max Todd, our guest for the day. He is involved with sailing coach, and we're going to find out about the sailing program going on in St. Lucia. Morning, Max.
Morning, Jamie.
First things first, let's find out about Max Todd. Tell us about your experience as a sailor.
My experience as a sailor. I've been on and around boats for all my life, Jamie. I came from a family, and inside my family, my dad sailed, my mum sailed, my brother sailed, so it was a very, very natural thing for me to do. I grew up in Cyprus, and therefore I spent all my days on the beach, in and around the water. I'd always have the option to go sailing whenever I wanted to, and it grew on me, and it kind of became a part of me.
Tell us a little bit about sailing in Cyprus. A lot like here?
Sailing in Cyprus, no, different. Here tends to be very humid in St. Lucia, is where it tends to be a dry heat. In Cyprus, we get something that's known as instead of getting a trade wind, which we tend to get quite a lot in St. Lucia, we get a thermal wind, which is a sea breeze effectively.
Okay.
So it's different.
Different conditions, a little bit more difficult?
I would say that St. Lucia offers is more challenging, or my understanding of sailing is greater. So in St. Lucia, I look at it differently.
So you're the current coach right now at the yacht club, and you have a program going on there for kids. Let's talk about that. Okay.
Currently, we're running a youth sailing program out at the St. Lucia Yacht Club. This accommodates kids from age 7 through to 18.
Okay.
We have 3 different classes of boat. We have an optimist, which is designed around smaller people. This is aged from 7 normally through to about 13, 14, something like that, because obviously as a younger sailor you are a smaller person, therefore you need a smaller boat. As you get older, we move through into a laser class. This is a different boat again. This has 3 different rig options, or 3 different sail types, so again it can allow a larger range of sailors.
Okay.
This is from sailors from like 15 through to 18 at a youth level, but once you know how to sail, it's a life sport, so it's like learning to ride a bicycle, so you can sail a laser for the rest of your life.
Okay, and tell us about the numbers in the Optimist program now with the youth. How's that looking?
Right now we actually we have more optimist boats than we do have optimist sailors.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that our program needs, is we need that youth base.
Okay.
And sailing is a sport that anybody can learn. All it needs is application.
Are you going to be doing anything this summer to try and attract any more youth into the program?
We are planning on running a summer camp.
Okay.
The summer camp is going to be spread over a 2-week period, and it's going to be hopefully in the first 2 weeks of August.
Okay.
This is again aged from 7 through to 18, and inside this it's more like a youth program effectively for the summer. We have water activities, we're going to be having maybe treasure hunts on Pigeon Island, we're going to have a learn to sail session in there. So it's more kind of like an introduction to sailing, an introduction to the yacht club, what the yacht club can provide.
Okay.
And at the end of it all, hopefully we're going to have a big family day where it's beach barbecue with maybe the kids showing their parents what they've learnt, beach activities, water activities, trying to encourage, young kids to get outside and do something productive with themselves.
Sounds nice, sounds fun. And a mix of sailing and some activities as well.
Yeah. Just generally being on and around the water is kind of what I try to impress upon younger people.
I have some experience with that myself.
Yeah.
So where can they get information about this summer program?
The best thing to do would be to make their way down to the St. Lucia Yacht Club. Okay. The St. Lucia Yacht Club is located right next to the ramp in Redway Beach. So if you go to the ramp, right next to it, there's Spinnaker's restaurant and then the yacht club itself. If they go upstairs, especially in an afternoon from 3 to 6, I will normally be there. Weekends, Saturday is an excellent day to come down.
Okay.
Saturday, if you come down, you'll have an idea of what actually goes on, because you'll see the kids there with the boats. You'll see that the structure that we have in place there already effectively, and we can give you information, get you all signed up if that's what you want to do.
Very nice. So if you want your kids to have a little bit of sailing experience with Max Todd, they will be offering a summer program at the beginning of August at the Yacht Club. For information, you go to the Yacht Club, which is right after the Ramp Beach in Rodney Bay. And Max said he normally is there in the afternoons after work from 3 to 6, or you can go on the weekends on Saturday to see firsthand what it's like. Let's talk a little bit about your competitive sailors and those in particular who are preparing for the London 2012 games to have the opportunity to go to the London 2012 games.
Currently we have 2 ladies, or 1 lady and 1 girl I should say, currently that are training. They are both aiming to go to the Olympics in the laser radial. This is one of the boats that we have inside of our program as well, and they're training together. I think that Beth is aiming to go over to Britain for a set period of time, do some training over there. I think Stephanie's looking to do the same.
Okay.
But recently what we've been doing is we're doing a lot of on-the-water time, a lot of on-the-water coaching. Been really trying to look at their specifics in their boat handling.
Okay.
Boat handling, to try and develop on that point. There are certain maneuvers that you have to perform just as if you would as if you were driving a car.
Right.
And obviously the more practice you get, the better at them you get. And the idea is to be able to do any maneuver that you want to at any time in a race, because you never know when that situation may arise.
Now, I know the first time we spoke, you told me about the hundreds of variables involved with sailing and competitive sailing, and you said if you had to write them on a wall, there wouldn't be enough space to write the variables.
Correct.
Let's talk about outside the water. What kind of things have Stephanie and Beth been doing to help in their preparation to obviously going to elite regattas and trying to perform at their best?
Well, Stephanie and Beth have currently undertaken physical training programs that they have to go in. I would say they dedicate their time inside of the gym. Sailing is a sport that involves a lot of core stability.
Yes.
So there's static strength, the ability to stay in one position for a very long time. And going back to the variables, I always have to say that you have to be fit in order to sail, because sailing is a sport where if you are feeling physically tired, you lose the ability to think and you lose your mental edge on the water. So you have to push yourself in the gym so that you can perform your best on the water.
And flexibility, stretching, how important would you rate that?
If you want to stay injury free, you got to stretch. It's that simple. For a time, I had access to a physio inside of the sailing when I was in the Great British squad. And it's just the one thing that he stressed upon me the most was stretch, 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 stretch. I had all sorts of issues. I had back issues, I had shoulder issues, I had neck issues. I spent 6 months with my physio. He gave me a massive set of stretching exercises to do. I started stretching, all my problems disappeared. So I'd say it's a cornerstone of exercise effectively, is that you have to stretch, otherwise you get injured.
Great advice from Coach Max Todd. If you want to stay injury free, it is vital that you do stretch all the time, not just after practices, but before practices. As if you want to be an injury-free athlete and not suffer from injuries from a young age, it's best you just put the work in before and after and stretch. If anyone was interested to come and take a look at sailing, when would be the best time for that? What sort of local regattas are there?
The best opportunity to come and have a look at sailing would probably be the Olympic Day. The St. Lucia Yacht Club has been privileged enough to be given the opportunity to host it again for the second time. And we're actually going to have a massive sailing demonstration. I believe that's on Sunday the 26th of June. So if people want to come down, that would be the best opportunity to get a look at sailing. We're going to have all the fleets out on the water. There's going to be a spectator boat on the water, and along with all the other sports and lots of activities hopefully to do inside of the yacht club. So.
Excellent. So Olympic Day, June 26th, you get a look at a lot of other sports, but in particular sailing will be one of the featured sports. I would like to thank our guest this morning, Max Todd. Thank you very much for coming in with us.
Thank you, Jamie.
And this has been the Subway Corner. Stop in and have some food anytime from 7 to 11 at the Castries branch or the Rodney Bay branch. Their breakfast is delicious, their sandwiches are always fresh. Subway.